Reflections of Hell recipe. I have never tried this, but I will share with you what I have heard. I was strongly urged not to try this. This ritual must be performed alone in an empty and dark house. Set up earlier in the day, but do not enter the room again until midnight. The setup in this is rather simple. You will need one tall pillar candle, a bowl of water, a pin, a mirror, salt, matches, a dark room with a preferably wooden door and your cell phone. You want a room with no windows if possible. It must be very dark. A basement works best. The mirror should be placed against the wall directly opposite the door. You will sit on the floor in front of the mirror. You should not be able to reach out and touch the glass. However, you want to be as close as possible. When you look in the mirror, you should be able to see yourself with the door directly behind you. Draw a circle of salt around you. Set the bowl of water near the door. Leave the room immediately and close the door. Be sure to have every light in the house off by 11:50. Light your candle and keep the matches in your pocket with your cell phone. You will have someone call you at a pre-arranged time, and possibly come by and check on you if necessary. Grab your pin and head down the stairs. At midnight, open the door and step inside. Do not talk and do not look at the mirror. Take the pin and prick your finger. Put one drop of blood in the bowl of water and press the pin into your candle. Leave the door wide open and quickly take a seat in your ring of salt. Place the candle on the ground in front of you and keep your matches handy. When you are fully situated, you can look in the mirror. When you are ready, you invite them in. But once you do, you have to stare in the mirror. Do not turn your back to the mirror, do not look around, and focus on yourself in the glass. Don't leave the circle of salt. Once again, do not, under any circumstance, look away from the mirror. Do not say their names aloud. It is recommended you end this ritual before 3:33 or things could get very sinister very quickly. When you are ready to end it, light a match and blow it out and cleanse the area with the smoke, then pour candle wax into the water. Leave the room and close the door behind you. Don't open it for the rest of the night. If your candle goes out during the ritual, you can relight it with the matches, but don't leave your circle. How do you shut down an interdimensional hell portal? I have reason to believe there is a hell portal deep within the Paris catacombs, and if this portal exists, it has been pumping out untold legions of interdimensional beings. I already have enough funds for equipment and to make the trip, but now that I'm so close, there's a global pandemic that these interdimensional invaders released to stop my journey in its tracks. I need to know how to shut down this portal once I get there to put an end to the swarms. The pandemic is to release souls from this world before worse happens. If there is a portal, it's to bring retribution to those who remain for their crimes against the world. Leave it be. Wait, are you saying there's going to be a mass exodus from our world through that portal? Do the governments know about this? All the information I have is from scattered obscure sites that cover the topic, and the Discord team. If the portal doesn't lead to an interdimensional hell dimension, where does it go? Is it some shortcut between life and death that leads to limbo or purgatory? You will need 4 panel mirrors, 1 lit candle, about a handful of natural sea salt, 3 drops of your own blood. Place the mirrors in such a way that when viewed from above they form a square. Each side should be facing east, west, south and north respectively. This is required for it to work. Turn off all lights in the building and between 12:46 AM to 1:13 AM, 27 minutes. Put the lighted candle inside the square. Do not attempt to do this outside. Place the salt around the mirrors, surrounding it completely. Put 1 drop of blood on every corner of the box, except for one. Stand in front of the corner. Do not use anyone else's blood. Then a piece of your future will be shown in the mirrors. That's it? No, after you see your future, a big spooky monster pops out and says "Ooga booga." Seriously, yeah, that's it. I said it was simple. Recipe: Massive Chaos B. Invocation of Baphomet. I find it funny how most people in this supposed ritual subreddit are suddenly freaked out whenever a true ritual appears. I've only browsed this for about 30 minutes or so, but that seems to be the general attitude, as demonstrated by several people here. So you're supposed to masturbate, then eat your jizz? And the devil will show up? Nope. This made my tummy nervous, lol. What exactly is the point of this? Are you supposed to see the Baphomet or the devil or some shit? Anything to do with the devil and masturbation is probably a bad idea, lol. There is an urban legend where I live that I have recently come upon. It is not a popular one, albeit it seems true. I live in northwestern Connecticut, where trees are many and turkeys cross roads more often than one would think. We have quite a few hiking trails in Connecticut because of how arboreal it is. I should know, I'm quite the hiking fan. There is one particular hiking trail in Norfolk, Connecticut, that once you reach the top of the mountain, you are greeted by a tall stone tower. The hike to the tower isn't actually too difficult. There is actually a paved road that you can drive nearly halfway up the mountain on. It's closed more often than not, however. Many incidents have been reported of dead animals on this road, too many to dodge. Though hunting is not allowed, the amount of dead animals scattered on the road makes it seem as if someone is not abiding by these rules. Walk the trail just before sunset by yourself. The curious man will not come out if you're with someone, for he is very shy. You may hear another pair of footsteps alongside yours on the way, but you shouldn't pay attention to that. Walk to the top of the mountain until you reach the tower. If you're lucky, you'll be able to see a nice fiery sunset from the top of the tower. Stay at the top of the tower until the sun goes completely down. Your cell phone won't work from the tower. It's a fucking mountain, for Christ's sakes. Don't bother trying to call anyone, they won't get through. Once the sun is set, carefully descend the stairs without any artificial lighting. There's a railing on the staircase that should help you. Once you reach the bottom of the staircase, listen carefully. Make sure you don't hear any classical music. If you do, turn on your light and run. The curious man's wife loved classical music. If you hear either steady breathing or careful footsteps, don't do anything. Stand at the tower's exit until you can't hear either the breathing or the footsteps anymore. What this means is that the curious man is watching you. He will protect you on your way back to the bottom of the mountain. Turn on your light once all noise has ceased and make your way to the bottom of the mountain on the hiking trail. If you hear classical music at all on your way back, run. The curious man cannot protect you from his wife. At the end of the trail, turn around quickly and flash your light towards the forest. That is your chance to see the curious man. He'll be wearing pretty old-fashioned clothes from the early 1900s. Once you see him, you should never go back to the tower at night. He will know that you've seen him and will not protect you again. If you see his wife, get the hell out of there and never go back to Haystack Mountain. She will kill you, for after her husband's and son's deaths, she was overcome with such sadness and despair that she became a hermit. She is not used to the company of others, and instead of becoming bashful like her husband, she went mad.